In other news tonight, a former Jacksonville Jaguars defensive player accused of murdering his own mother last month has finally been captured. 35-year-old Sergio Brown was taken into custody yesterday after crossing the Mexican border into San Diego, California. Illinois police say he fled the country after killing his 73-year-old mother. News for Jax reporter Eric Avanier explains why Brown's criminal case is expected to be an uphill battle.
As a defensive player for the Jaguars, Brown's job was to prevent players on the opposing team from scoring points. But now that he is a defendant in a murder case, he has to rely on an attorney to keep him out of prison.
You've got a celebrity in trouble with very terrible facts.
Jacksonville defense attorney John Phillips represents professional athletes and entertainers across the U.S. He's also a Jaguar superfan with ties to the Jaguar organization that back in 2015 employed defensive back Sergio Brown. Do you ever really remember him?
I don't remember him. It looks like he had a journeyman career, which in the average NFL career, it's 3.5 years. He lasted. He did okay.
But years after his NFL career ended, something went terribly wrong. And now Brown finds himself facing a first-degree murder charge that could possibly send him to prison for life if convicted. Brown is a suspect in the death of his mother, 73-year-old Myrtle Brown. Last month, her body was found inside a creek behind her home in Maywood, Illinois, a suburb just west of Chicago. The Cook County medical examiner determined she died from being assaulted. Maywood police identified her son as a suspect in her death, but say he had already fled to Mexico. Then on Tuesday, he was taken into custody when he re-entered the U.S. at the border in San Diego. How would you go about representing someone like this if he were to give you a phone call?
You've just got to get client control over press, control over the media to try to, preserve his constitutional rights while getting to the bottom of what happened. Whoever takes on this case as the lawyer is going to have a challenge because you already have a client who's said things he shouldn't have and done things he shouldn't have.
Phillips is referring to reports of Brown allegedly making comments on social media about his mother after he fled the country. Brown's neighbors told reporters in Illinois he had been acting strange before his mother's body was discovered. Those comments led to speculations that Brown may have suffered CTE as a result of his years of taking hits in the NFL. But that would have to be proven by an examination of the brain.
What you're going to need there is essentially to show that it was these repeated brain injuries that created a level of insanity or mental delusion, and that's never been done before. CTE can certainly cause somebody to make bad and impulsive decisions, but I don't think it's defense to a murder case.
It's worth pointing out that Sergio Brown was not a household name in the NFL. That's because he was a journeyman who spent brief stints with multiple teams. Phillips says that alone eliminates the chance of Brown not being able to get a fair and impartial jury should his case go to trial. Eric Avanier, Channel 4, the local station.